Lawin Media Network.
Bringing to you the most relevant content across all platforms.
Business, legal, politics, health, lifestyle, and entertainment.
Your source for all the news and updates in the greater Houston community from Texas and all over the world.
Get informed and empowered with Lawin Media Network.
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone.
And welcome to the BizTalk, brought to you by the Philippine American Chamber of Commerce, Texas, and produced by Lawin Media Network. My name is Bobby Reyes.
And I am Manaites Tuazon. Here at BizTalk, we connect people, ideas, and we empower businesses. And tonight, our special guest is a dear friend of ours, Miss Nancy Reyes-Lumen, who will...
The Adobo Queen.
The Adobo Queen, a queen of the Philippines and Houston and Texas.
Yes, and we are going to feature her tonight because since she is the Adobo Queen, we want to know everything about adobo, its history, all the variations, and anything else related to adobo. So I think we'll be hungry by the time the show ends. You're already thinking about the food.
We are shooting live and we are at our home studio, so please bear with us.
Yeah. So we had a very special concert this weekend.
And our very dear Miss Leia Salonga was in town, and she has a tour here in the US. And Houston is the only venue that had the concert for free. It's sponsored by?
It was sponsored by the Asia Society Texas and was held at the Miller Outdoor Theater. And so it's actually interesting because of all the shows that she has throughout the United States, and I believe it's at least 20 different locations. Houston was the only one that's held outdoors in an outdoor theater and free because it was produced by Asia Society Texas. And we are so thankful to them for putting the show together and bringing Leia Salonga to Houston.
And let's not forget to mention the city of Houston.
Yes, this
cultural...
I think the Cultural Arts Council is what it's called.
Yes.
And because the Miller Outdoor Theater is actually owned, I believe it's owned by the city of Houston, and it shows different programs. There's ballet, there's theater, there's musicals, and it's all free because of grants from the city of Houston. And so I understand there was about 6,200 people who were there to watch.
It was packed. And
it was
like another reunion when Filipinos in the community see each other. And everybody, young and old, were there to listen to the voice of Miss Leia Salonga, our Disney princess, our pride.
And she's going to get a Hollywood star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame soon. So we are so proud of her. And I have to tell you, I've been watching videos on YouTube and online, and you can tell how perfect her voice is. But hearing it live it's a totally different experience.
That clarity, the perfect diction. Oh.
Yeah, and she and it was a 2-hour show, but it didn't feel like it was 2 hours. It went by quick.
Yes.
And she sang, the old favorites. She songs I was not familiar with, but nevertheless, it was a very great concert. And I like the parts where she sang along with just the piano.
The piano, and she sang one Filipino song,
Yes.
and it was very touching,
Yes.
and it was fun, and everybody had a fun evening. That's all I can say. We thank you, Leah, for giving us that
Mhm.
evening of joy and with your music.
And we hope she comes back. We'll find a
Oh.
way. We'll find a way to bring her back.
Or we'll find her somewhere.
Yeah, we'll
in the
follow
state.
her. But anyway, so tonight,
Tonight, I would like to congratulate too. This partner of mine has just retired from MD Anderson Cancer Center for 30 years. He was the IT manager, and
I know it went by quick. 30 years
welcome to
retirement.
the retiree club of Houston.
Yeah, I retired actually effective September 1. So I'm
Yeah.
2.5 weeks in. I still feel like I'm on extended PTO. It doesn't feel like I'm retired because I wake up every morning at the same time and my brain starts processing what meetings do I have today. And then I fully wake up and then realize, oh no, I don't have to go to any meetings.
Give it a month and you'll start forgetting about meetings. And
I hope so. And then just this week, I was walking inside the house because I've been working from home for the past 5 years. I was working from home. I suddenly stopped in my tracks. Wait, did I complete that report? And I said, oh no, I don't have any reports to complete. So,
and also, I would like to greet Mr. Greg Dewater, my dear husband, who had a milestone birthday.
happy birthday, Greg.
Happy birthday, Greg. You just turned 70. And
I told you I'm going to call it 50.
yeah. And it was the longest Buddha fight. If the place was even longer, it was 2 long Buddha fight tables at the private event at Seafood City.
And
So
I think it's like 50 feet each. So there were 2 of them. So about 100-foot long boodle fight. So we were stuffed, but it was a very great evening to us. Again, if the Leia concert was a reunion of old friends, Greg's birthday was also a reunion of friends, old and new. So we've reached the point. I was saying this. We reached the point where we live for the experiences and meeting people. You know,
every meeting is a reunion.
Yes, it's a reunion now. No, because we like to create memories. You know, it's what we do best. And so before we forget, we do have a special guest. Let's take a quick break.
And we'll be right back.
We'll be right back. See you.
In a world filled with fleeting moments, there's beauty waiting to be captured. My name is Christian, and I specialize in immortalizing your most precious memories. From elegant weddings to vibrant events and timeless portraits, I'm here to make every moment unforgettable. Let me tell your story through the lens. Contact me today and let's create magic together.
And we are back.
We are back. It's definitely a live show. And we are now here with our special guest for this evening, Nancy Reyes-Lumen, the self-proclaimed Adobo Queen.
Self-proclaimed. I always stress that.
Yeah. And even if it's not self-proclaimed, you are the Adobo Queen because everybody knows you because of what you do for the adobo.
Yeah, it was 25 years ago when I first decided I'll have to do something to make adobo tagged as a Filipino dish.
Yes.
And as I was telling RV Manabat, I went to the airport and I shouted, adobo, adobo, adobo. I kept saying adobo. And really, people would just, this was in LA.
Mm-hmm.
And people would look in my direction. And a group of seamen came to me and they said, Miss Nancy, we like adobo.
Yeah.
And they were on their way to Korea.
So I have a funny story about that too. My brother and I were on a flight from Houston to San Francisco, evening flight. So they turned down the lights. Somebody started eating adobo. You could smell it. We were sitting in the plane, and we smelled the adobo. And I told my brother, there's a bunch of Pinoys in here eating adobo and rice. And you know what I did? I stood up, pretending I was walking up and down the plane aisle just to see who it was. Because adobo has that distinctive smell.
Yes.
So it is adobo, and the plane smelled great. So but before we forget, people know who you are, but I'm sure we have some viewers who would like to know more about you. So let's talk about your famous family line.
Well, in terms of food, we learned our basics from Engracia Reyes. We fondly called her Aling Asyang. And she had her own special comedor at the back of the Aristocrat restaurant that was dedicated to her. And she could cook what she wanted, invite who she wanted. In fact, at that time, the mayor Lacson would frequent her, and the people from ADB and even the embassy would be there. And sometimes she'd feed them like her children. So that was her. And also because her daughter, her eldest daughter, Teresita Reyes, who is the founder and the inspiration of Mamacita Seasonings, is my beloved aunt. And I traveled with them in all over, and she was our matchmaker. Every time she'd see a prospect, she'd say, "Oh, Nancy, pwede na yan. Sige na." She loved doing that.
But that's typically Filipino, though.
Yes.
So
yes,
and so you come from a line of culinary royalty.
It's not
from
royalty.
In the Philippines. We would like to think so because everybody knows aristocrat.
No, I think that we were trained to keep our feet. Our feet are made of clay. To be earthbound. My Lola would never allow any of us to be maarte or to look up or to look down. And we had to treat her cocineras as our equal or even with respect. And that was how we were trained. We were not allowed to say "ew" when we were trying to kill the hito. That time, to kill the hito, you have to pound him in the head. And then at that time, which will date me...
You also need ashes so it wouldn't slip out of your hand, right?
At that time, hindi eh.
Salt.
Hindi salt?
Asin, yeah. But, and also at my age then, the chicken was called galantina, yung hilaw.
Galantina?
Why?
Yeah. Guyana. That's from the Spanish
the
term.
chicken.
Yeah, but it was called galantina because the gizzards and the intestines were still inside.
Oh,
that's why they called it galantina. So we had to pull out all those things because the chickens were freshly neutralized then. And then, sometimes they'd get the head of the chicken, invert it and get the blood, pour it into the rice and make that into tinola or nilagang manok. So those were the things that we grew up with.
So Aling Asyang started Aristocrat. I remember, was it in a precursor to the food trucks?
Yes.
And tell us how that turned out.
Before that, she had 12 plus children. Okay, and she was able to bring all her children to St. Teresa's and some to Ateneo by her cooking. And also because the job of her husband then was in government, honest government at that time. And after that, so many people would ask her to have a restaurant naman, that she didn't want to have a restaurant yet. So the husband of Teresita Reyes, now Mamacita, had an old Ford. And I always thought that food trucks were a new thing. It was really as old as the 50s, that idea, which was from American colonial thinking. So she had that. They parked in Luneta, but there was always so much litter from the who were eating So the city asked her to please move somewhere else. And then when they put up the restaurant, which was on a loan with the Bank of Commerce, I think, which was owned by the Coancos. That's why my lola was also close to them. She put up the restaurant. Ano yung tawag dun sa ganun na Quonset hut? It was a Quonset hut that time.
That's a term I haven't heard in a while.
Yeah, well, that's because you're still young. The one that round building
It's like a
of
teepee.
the military
No, not a teepee.
military quarters then.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was the one of the structures then, and then she
And
was.
was it at the same
Yes,
venue right
yes,
now
the same
of the
place.
aristocrat?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Owned by the Fernandez family, Fernandez, and she was putting up the name Admiral Dewey Restaurant because that was Dewey Boulevard.
Boulevard.
And
yes.
then again, we got a notice from the U.S. Embassy that requesting that we not name a restaurant after an honorable admiral. So right there and then, we had to put down that they had to put down that sign and quickly put out another one, which eventually became Aristocrat.
Do you know why she picked aristocrat?
Because her son, her eldest son, si Andres Reyes, was studying law and nahihiya na he had that they were going to have a restaurant and that they were going to cook Filipino food or ulam.
And this was in the 40s?
Sabi niya, sige, dahil ganyan ang gusto mo, aristokrata ka, i-name na natin ng aristocrat yung restaurant.
And it started in the 40s?
1936.
1936.
During the first Eucharistic Congress that was done in the Philippines.
So 1936, so they survived the Japanese occupation too.
Yes. In fact, there's a story in the aristocrat book where one of my aunties said there would be two doors then towards the peacetime where one door would be for Americans coming in and another door for Japanese going out. But they would eat in the same restaurant but in separate sections.
Separate.
Yeah.
So it was like Switzerland in a way.
Really?
You were neutral.
Ah.
The restaurant was neutral.
Yes.
And so from those humble beginnings, it's now an institution for Filipinos to go to the aristocrat for special events.
Yes, it was voted as one of the 100 plus legendary restaurants all over the world.
Because I also remember going there, since it's not that far from the NAIA, the Manila airport.
Yeah.
So I would see balikbayans fresh from the airport
With their luggage.
with their carry-on, bringing them in. So I said, oh yeah, they went here straight from the airport. That's how important they look at it.
That's how memorable it was
Yes.
to them. Yeah.
And it's grown through the years. I don't even know how old the rooms are. I just know one room, and then when you walk down the hall, there's all these other different rooms. It's how many people can be seated in there now? Do you know?
At the moment, there would be about 500 to 600
At any one
seating
time.
with the parties included,
Mhm.
and it's 24/7.
I know.
So
If you get
this
hungry-
is the main restaurant.
Yeah,
in
the one
Rojas
on-
Boulevard.
Rojas
well,
Boulevard.
Dewey Boulevard, which is now Rojas Boulevard.
Yeah. So I think my grandmother was really blessed because of her meekness. She was very humble. She was very down to earth, and she wanted us to have the same qualities.
So we talk about Aling Asyang. We don't talk about her husband.
Her husband was always not really that active in the social world because he's a government. He became, he was Justice of the Supreme Court at the time. And the salary then would not be able to support so many children and extended family. She even took on her nephews, nieces, diba? and her cousins. And so that's why she had to cook to support.
Right. And so we talked about your family. How did you end up being a chef?
We were, aside from it being in our DNA, we were really reared into that. Every summer, depending on the age, our batch was there we had to spend it about a week learning her cooking style before we could go on vacation to Baguio. So 2 weeks talaga during summer break, we had to spend it there. I hated that then because, yeah, she would make us mash the onions and the tomatoes for the sinigang, which I find now so much wisdom in that. And then pulling out the bituka from the galantina and pounding the hito. And she enjoyed watching us as we would shriek and all, and then she would say, ayan, ganyan talaga ang buhay ng kusinera.
So you learned by watching your grandmother. Did you go to cooking school?
Several, but not the formal cooking school. Wala pa naman nun eh. Di ba?
Well, the cooking school she went to was her grandmother's kitchen.
Yeah.
Plus, what I understand is every branch of Lola Asham's family are now in the food business, but in different sectors.
They don't compete.
Friendly
competition.
Yeah.
Like, can you expound on that, Ate?
Well, Alex III, and then there's Casa Reyes, one of your favorites. There are several small ones by the 4th generation already, and or some would be chefs. Some would be like my son was a chef instructor of ISCAM, and some would be bakers. So it was. I think it's a whole family of food businesses.
And so, wasn't there also at one point there was a Reyes barbecue?
Meron pa. May Reyes barbecue, may Calle Reyes, and so many. Expounding on the name Reyes because my Lola built that name for food. So,
and I'm Reyes, so you're my cousin, right?
Yes.
Food related. So in when were we in Manila? January.
Yeah.
February.
We were.
We were.
And she dragged me along with her. We went to Laguna and visited a French chef and enjoyed the whole day with him. May he rest in peace.
Yeah.
And also, we went to the house of the Spanish. What was his name? The Spanish restaurant chef.
Si Miguel de Alba.
Yeah,
Alba. Chef Miguel de Alba, the son of Don Anastasio de Alba.
Yeah. And we also watched a kids' baseball game.
Where was this, in Laguna?
In Manila.
Oh, Manila.
My apo, Alex.
His chef's son was there coaching the kids. Like,
she was coaching also.
You were yelling at the kids?
Oh, yeah.
So
it was
very family oriented ang mga Reyes. And still we have that discipline of always serving. I guess that's why we were in the restaurant.
It's a service industry.
Service industry.
Well, of course, you have the cooking, but you also need to have the service.
Yes.
Hand in hand.
So it's always paganon, hindi paganon.
Yeah.
So you had all that time in the Philippines, and you've developed your skills over there, and now you are in Houston. And
okay,
what are the challenges from?
But wait,
you're staying in the Philippines.
Let's hold that thought.
Okay.
Let's take a break.
Oh, let's do that.
Yeah. So we'll take a quick break and we'll pick up where we left off with Nancy Reyes-Lumen.
Thank you.
Filing taxes, dealing with tax debt, or facing IRS actions is stressful, but you don't have to go it alone. Call 832-674-0829 or visit www.taxresolutionesq.com.
Join us for a captivating new series where Lon sits down with the trailblazers of the music and entertainment world. Discover the stories behind the faces and voices that shape our culture and community.
We will bring you exclusive interviews with industry legends and rising stars. Behind the scenes insights and get a peek into the creative processes and personal journeys. Artists and performers and their upcoming shows and events.
Stay tuned for more updates and sneak peeks. Follow us on social media and subscribe to our channel.
We're back, and what I was asking was, now that you are here in Houston,
Mm-hmm.
what are the challenges that you've faced,
Well,
or things that you missed from back home?
I miss the hustle and bustle and the sound and the loud rage of my lola. I don't know kung kilala niyo si Kuya Cesar. She would listen to that.
Yes.
Lola Basyang, yung mga ganun. Iba yung style ng chismisa nila tungkol din sa mga artista. I'd miss that because we were not really allowed to join in the conversation. We were just made to cook and keep quiet. You know, we were kids. Let the adults talk. But I miss the talyasi. And I know Tess has one here.
Talyasi is
I have
the
two.
huge wok,
Yeah,
right?
the huge one, because there's no smaller vessel than that in her comedor. So every day, Samba Aling Andrang would deliver the fresh alamang, and she would cook bagoong
So
with
house-made
with
bagoong.
taba ng baboy. So all the taba would be cooked until all the oil, and then that becomes the chicharon for us later. And then eto na yung si alamang. She would cook her own. And then sometimes there would be a harvest of kalabasa, so we would have kalabasa. Everything was coming from her suppliers. They loved her because she paid in cash, and after the payment, she'd even give more. You know, she was always malambing to them. She was more malambing to the folks than to us. We were disciplined, but she doted on her suppliers, the people in the palengke. You know, they would greet her. When she'd arrive in San Andres Market, she bought the ones that were medyo buluke na mangga, other veggies, because that's what she will make into mango jam. And it is sweeter. Di ba, Manay? Di ba? When pag nakikita mo na overripe na yung mango, it cooks faster.
It's more juicy.
It's more juicy and it's sweeter. Yeah, so ganun ang kanyang wisdom. And now I appreciate it so much.
So she started a food truck.
Yes.
And now you're saying she was the original farm to table
restaurateur.
restaurateur.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
Yeah. So,
And she would even go to provinces to make pakyao. Ayan ang hilig niya. Pakyao should be her middle
and Pacquiao
name.
is not the boxer. Let's clarify that.
Pakyawan means
Pacquiao is
wholesale.
wholesale.
You buy
Yeah.
it wholesale.
So she would go to Bulacan and buy all the kamati, and she would go somewhere. I think Laguna to buy
All the produce.
kamatis, and then mga fruits, and then that's when she always had this. She had a feeling of abundance. It would always be abundance. No wonder, you know, she was blessed with so much. But she was not really into ito kikitain to ganyan hindi eh. Hindi eh. Talagang abundance lang.
So I bet you when you're shopping at HEB is our local chain of supermarkets. You must be thinking about your Lola when you're going through the vast array of produce.
Lately, I've been missing her and my father because when the way she raised her children was she was very strict with them, and but very loving at the same time. That's why our dads were loving to us daughters. So especially when they knew that we like cooking, so it was very family. That's why the Reyes clan. Thanks be to God, wala namang nagpapatayan or nagdedemandahan. So we are just close, very politely civil, close to each
So
other.
I'm just curious now. When you said she was strict with her children, was she strict with her grandchildren?
No, she was doting, except when she was in the comedor.
Yeah.
Talagang children, keep quiet, let the ones talk. Especially, that's why I didn't know who Lacson was until, you know, we would just hear na, uy, si Mayor andyan. Si Mayor would sometimes bring his pressure cooker and tatawagan niya na, uy, meron akong bangus dito na pang sardinas. And that was his favorite. And he wanted to learn how to cook that for his beloveds.
So let's remind people that this is a live show. You can actually make post comments, whether you're watching on Facebook or you're watching on YouTube or you're watching through the Lawin Media Network website. You can actually send us comments, and let's read a few that have come in.
From
So-
Eileen, Attorney Eileen Dizon. Hello, BizTalk, watching you from Manhattan. She's in New York right
She's
now.
in New York.
Hmm.
And Tito Florencio Ginhawa, nice, watching it live. We actually have a studio
live
audience today.
Studio audience.
Oh,
And maybe we can parade them later.
yeah,
before the
we already
next
saw
show.
somebody in the back, remember? So from May de Vera, nice to see you again, Miss
Hello,
Nancy.
Miss May.
And advance happy birthday, Tita Tess. Monday is your birthday.
That's Monday.
Dapat may adobo.
Oo nga. So okay, so we'll continually check to see if we have any comments. So let's talk about adobo.
Okay, I was the best adobo I had ever tasted in my childhood was of course that of Aling Asyang, and it was cooked in a talyasi that were pwedeng mag-swimming or pwedeng mag-jacuzzi ang isang tao, ganun kalaki. And it would be kasim, tapos putol na she would cut it big, like ganyan.
Mm-hmm.
Para pag matagalan ng luto ng luto, and then the next day until the next day, it will not disintegrate too much. But underneath, there would be something like ganito kalaking taba at balat underneath to put
Pork yan, that's
to
pork.
put in pork to put in the lagkit, the collagen, and then make the sauce very sticky. But we were not allowed to even taste that. May yung kanyang favorite chef police, si Aling Piling, would tell us, don't touch, bukas nyo na pwedeng kainin yan.
Because it's better the next day.
Yes. Yeah, so talagang ganon. And then it was so delicious. She would have equal portions of suka and toyo. And then lots of bawang na we pounded the day before.
And then
But
bay leaves.
her secret, bay leaves and the usual. But her secret was, before Aling Piling would cook it, we had to mash the meat. I mean, massage the meat. All. Non-stop. Hanggang sumakit na yung aming mga kilikili. Kami yung taga-ganon. Ang lilit ng mga kamay namin eh. So, yung isang ganyang putol, ganon na. So, we had to. And I realized that is what made the meat flavorful.
It's marinated perfectly.
Yes. It's not just marinated, it was massaged. So that was her secret.
So adobo. Let's talk about the history.
Okay. History of adobo, I guess we were talking about.
We were talking about
earlier.
pre-colonial version, and then there's during the colonial times and then post-colonial.
Yeah. I would think because adobo, the main proponent of adobo's flavor would be vinegar. Asin because for preservative, and asin. So what is that? That's paksiw. So paksiw would be like a precursor of adobo. And then ito na sila Chinese, naglagay na ng toyo. So for kulay, they had adobo na brown. And then nagdagdag na, may atsuete, meron na diyang, ako, now in my neoclassic adobo, I add oyster sauce because people like a little sweetness, but I don't like putting sugar there. So, from pre-colonial to colonial, yung colonial natin was not really American colonial, it was more Spanish colonial.
Spanish, yes.
That's when we put in a lot of garlic, and then we put in the paminta, and then the laurel.
Yeah, and adobo apparently is a Spanish word meaning marinate, to marinate.
It's actually Mexican.
Is it Mexican?
Mexican. So, but it's different from ano. In fact, I was talking to a Mexican guy and I made him taste. This is Filipino adobo. Uy! And then he said, it's nice.
But what I read about adobo is, before it was even called adobo, the early people were already marinating their meats in salt and vinegar as a preservative. But later on, we just acquired the name adobo, and that's how it is until now. And there is no official version of this is it. This is the Filipino adobo.
You are right.
Being so, we have our regional specialties.
Yes, I learned it how many you said how many islands are there in the Philippines? I think there's a new number now.
Low tide, high tide.
Not only that. I think there's a new number. It's about 7,600 islands. So
Talaga?
yes, they discovered more islands. 7,641 islands according to Tito Flor.
Wow.
So now there's 7,641 versions of adobo.
I'm sure.
Oh,
Millions.
but let me clarify that there are some islands that are
Uninhabited,
uninhabited.
yes.
So you go there with your adobo, and now you can count your own adobo.
But you speak about official. I would always go with what Feliz Santa Maria, she's a Filipiniana historian, very well respected, and she said, adobo, the word probably came from adobar, which means to coat or to dress a meat, which is true, marinated. Kasi noon naman, hindi tayo nagmamarinate. To them, puting suka was not really marinating it. It was more ihaw. Ihaw, nag-iihaw ng pagkain. Until the Spanish came and they introduced the lutoan, di ba? Something.
So, adobo, what are the basic ingredients?
My gosh.
For those who do not know what
Yes.
Filipino ingredients we put in,
Because I know we're talking about different
You tell
variations.
me.
Oh, we're saying there's different variations, right? But there has to be somewhere where it started. To me, when I cook mine, I have 5 ingredients. I hope I counted right. So, of course, there's a vinegar, there's garlic, there's I don't put salt, soy sauce, bay leaves,
and peppercorns.
and so some people use the whole black pepper. I use ground pepper because me personally, I don't like eating adobo and biting into a whole peppercorn.
I ask people why they like using the whole. Kasi daw, when they do the sinangag, they take out the whole ones, mas madali. Because some of the kids didn't like to bite into a
Right,
whole.
that same as me.
Yeah. But I like pounding it.
So now
So
the modern way,
it's-
you get a pepper grinder. You grind it.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
I do. I grind it over.
And then you toast it before you.
I don't even toast it.
Some people would toast it then, and then the usual mantika ng baboy.
Of course. No, but speaking of pre-colonial, I forgot the guy who presented the recipe. Like you said, it's the very basic. It's liempo. It's pork belly, salt, garlic, and they cook it. It's a lot of fat, and when it's cooked, they put it in jars. And so when it's ready, so they put it in jars. Of course, it's already and vinegar, so it's already preserved, right? And so what they do when they're serving it, then they get the big talyase, like you were saying, and then they get this big pieces of pork fat and fry it. And that was the first adobo with no soy sauce.
Maasim.
Yeah.
Maasim alat. That's actually the taste profile of adobo. Maasim na maalat.
And then now you're mentioning oyster sauce makes it slightly sweet.
Konti.
Yeah.
Konti, just to balance the asim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in the Bicol region, we add a little bit of coconut milk.
Yes.
So there's more
And
creaminess to it.
then you mentioned achuete. You put achuete in your adobo?
Just for color, and at the same time, when you use achuete on oil and then you take it out, achuete has a certain deodorizing quality.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
To the meat.
To the meat. So, and to the oil even.
Mm.
And also to the oil. So, pag minsan, second time na ginamit yung oil, then you put a little achuete. It has a refreshing aroma, but you take out the seeds again. And of course, it adds the color.
I've never tried it.
Yeah.
I just use the soy sauce to give the color.
It would be good because you use very little soy sauce, diba?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that it will look nice on your adobo.
Well, we'll see.
So
I
with
still
all
have to
these,
cook it for you.
I'm getting hungry just talking about adobo. Let's talk about what you're going to do this Saturday.
Okay.
No, she wants to go about the digital. You want?
Yeah. Well, on Saturday, as I said, alisin na we're going to cook adobo. Hindi na siya naka-duster sa bahay, naka-party dress na siya.
Oh.
Why? Because now that we are having a renaissance of adobo. A renaissance of adobo. How many gourmet chefs have already mentioned it even, and even those who have cooked it. and those who have even criticized it, like the Uncle George, what's his name?
Uncle Roger.
Uncle Roger. I challenge you, Uncle Roger. Come here and we will cook
No,
adobo.
Uncle Roger was criticizing a chef who was
Oh,
doing a bad
Cook
adobo.
everything there.
Oh,
Yeah.
Uncle Roger knows. He
Yeah.
will be.
yeah.
So-
He's actually on our side. He likes
Yeah,
our version.
Yeah.
I know. He liked it. Yeah. So, and then even Blumenthal and Distero chef, what's his name?
I'm drawing blanks on chefs' names right now.
Yeah. So I mean, all over the world, we are already known. There are, when we did a survey before, the 5 top of mind dishes that non-Filipinos would think of would be adobo, lumpia,
Pancit.
pancit, barbecue, Jollibee.
Jollibee.
Lima yan.
Jollibee na.
Yes. So,
But
so Jollibee has adobo.
yeah,
They
used to serve
have
adobo rice.
They have
Adobo
adobo
fried
rice in
rice.
our adobo fried rice. So going back, I was thinking the taste profile of our Gen X, I'm baby boomer, so I'm in
We're all baby
I-
boomers.
No, you're not.
I am. I'm on the tail end of
I'm
baby
on the
boomer.
70s. You're
he
probably
is.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
really?
think
Baby boomer until 1964. So I'm
Okay.
in there.
All right. So and then the Gen X and then the Gen Y, they now have a different taste profile. It is more into the bitter because they're a coffee drinking, they're a Starbucks drinking generation.
Mhm.
They spend more time on they have money. They have disposable income because of they're the ones who have the franchise on digital knowledge.
Mhm.
We don't. So they earn a lot from that. So they're called digital natives. And these digital natives have very disposable income. And they spend it on coffee and gadgets. Now, when I took into that coffee that has a bitter taste, right? So I said, why don't I try to also align a neoclassic adobo for them and put it out in a buffet table in a party. So we're making party adobo that they can always serve in cocktails. We will have an adobo cream dip. I will make that. You made that even better than me. The Rodrigo's Rose, which is the baked adobo that has a crust on top.
I've
And
had
then-
that. You did that before.
Yes, and then we will do adobo flakes for all the leftovers or whatever. In fact, the adobo flakes gets into the chicken pastil, which is a Maranao dish.
What is chicken pastel?
Chicken pastil is flaked chicken breast or white meat that you cook like adobo, and it's put on rice. And that's a very Maranao dish. It's rice and then in a banana leaf.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's eaten with palapa. Palapa
What is palapa? I'm learning new words here.
Yeah, I'm excited about that because I even got a comment from somebody from Maranao, and she said, "Thank you that you're already doing that in your book." And I said, "Yeah, I'm very happy."
I have also tasted other adobo dishes by our award-winning Filipino chefs here in Houston,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they have their little twists and adding this and that, and they also serve it. Now, the way we eat it
It's
is
not family style.
amount of rice
Right.
and amount of adobo.
Yeah.
This is for their tasting menu. They really dress it up.
Yep, that's it.
They
That's
do
the
the
word.
plating.
So we will just teach how to dress up the adobo to put it properly in the buffet table, and so that the foreigners, when they see it, it's not like ganyang kakapalang oil and you have to go through the sauce underneath, you know.
And this event is going to be at Seafood City on Saturday, September 27,
Yes, at 1 p.m. So
1 to
come
2:30.
over there.
And there's the flyer.
Yeah.
And it's free. So anybody can just go there and meet Chef Nancy in person.
In person, and
We will
her
have
assistants.
We're going to be there.
we will
No.
we will have people to talk about adobo
Yeah.
because we want the engagement it's not just your taste buds, but your engagement in how the history of your adobo and what do you want now. If you don't know how to cook, then you will learn, di ba? So maraming ano.
So let's go ahead and take one more break, and then we will be right back to talk more adobo.
For divorce and family law in Texas, Liggett Dizon Law Firm PC will guide you every step of the way.
From initial consultation to detailed review of your case and strategic planning.
We'll sit with you during negotiations or mediations, and represent you in court.
Whether it is a family law, estate planning, or immigration, we will be there to guide through the final steps.
So, leave your legal matters behind you and embrace your future.
You can contact Liggett Dizon Law Firm PC at 346-5454-346 or visit Dizon Law.
Journey to self-discovery and mastery. Be bold, why not? Season 6 with MJ Concepcion every Monday 8 p.m. CST. Don't miss out.
Where every conversation is welcome at the table. This is Pink Table Talk with Dr. Carly D. Every Wednesday 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Rice, spice, and everything nice. Welcome to the Philippine food scene with Adobo Queen, Nancy Reyes-Lumen of Commissary Kitchen. Every Thursday 8 p.m. CST, Friday 9 a.m. Philippine time.
And we are back, and we just saw a flyer or a teaser for Commissary Kitchen, because you also have your own show on Lawin.
Yes, we will be back. We will be going back.
Because you're on break right now, but you're coming back. Because I remember your show was right after ours.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad you're on break right now, so we could have you on this show.
Yeah. Okay. No, we traveled in Manila even when Tess was there, and Grisha was there. So we traveled Manila, and we had that in the show. But we took a break after that.
Okay, so we're talking about sustainability.
Sustainability, because that is the taste of the new generation. As Tess was telling us, they like local. We have to support local, Houston local produce. Diba?
And it's so nice to know that on the weekends, especially on Saturdays, all of our farmers market are busy, and our local citizens are really patronizing these places. They may be a little bit pricier, but you know who grew those produce, and you get to know them too.
So one thing I learned from those, if this is an aside, we buy tomatoes from the grocery store, but when you buy the heirloom tomatoes from these farmers markets, it is different flavors.
They're so they're so beautiful,
and they're not the perfectly round ones.
Yes,
but they're so good.
Yeah.
So
they're ripened from the vine.
The flavors are just so different.
Yeah, we need to go visit more farmers markets with you, and then we can do another show. And
maybe we can do that. Let's do a weekend.
But you were talking about
sustainability.
A special kind of onion.
Yes.
I
are we going to bring that up?
Yeah.
So Texas actually produces a special variety of onion called the Texas 1015.
Yeah. 1015.
And the reason it's called 1015, it's the optimal planting time every year is October 15. It was developed by people at the Texas A&M University. I've actually had it. And these are huge tomatoes, like softball size tomatoes. They're sweet. It doesn't make you cry.
Onions.
I'm sorry, onions. Onions. And so it's perfect for salads and for fajitas.
Yeah.
And so it's one of those that we need to look forward to.
Yeah. Diba? And all these heirloom things that belong to Houston, the land of Houston, Texas. You have pecan, and of course the beef, the best beef.
Texas beef.
Yeah,
the best.
Texas beef. So this is what the digital natives are looking for. And I think instead of forcing them to like the classics, let them also have a taste of what their taste buds are saying. So we will be doing a different kind that will eye candy adobo that will look nice.
Well, because while we do appreciate flavor, somebody told me we eat first with our eyes. You look at it. Is it appealing to you? So even if it tastes good, if it doesn't look good, then you're going to have second thoughts about trying it.
Yeah, that's why we have to entice the foreigners, those who are not into adobo, to make them see that, hey, this looks so good.
Yeah, because we were talking about it. We're so used to, you were saying earlier, we serve a big plate of rice and then a big bowl of adobo. And that's it. But we were talking about plating.
Yes.
That's what makes it appealing.
Yes.
That's what will make it make a good introduction to
It
people
gives
who've never
it
had adobo.
style.
Yeah, like you
Yeah.
said, the party style, right?
Yeah, the party style. That's why recently I was in Hawaii, and the top chef of Hawaii, Chef Alan Wong, he said he wants to learn adobo. And we were so flattered na starstruck kami. So we taught him, and I taught him party adobo, and he said,
Mhm.
this is a good kind because it's like you can serve it easily with pride.
Yeah, it's I don't know how else to describe it because adobo is versatile. We're talking about all the different variations.
Yeah.
You can serve it family style, you can serve it fancy style.
Yes.
And so it's our national dish. Is it officially a national dish?
No,
It's
I don't know
unofficially,
why.
right?
I think this is what I read some time ago. Sinigang is the number one choice for Filipinos,
And it's
But-
globally too.
and globally. I remember when I was cooking at a resort, and a Caucasian chef asked me, "Tess, can you cook adobo next time?" I mean, sinigang.
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Where did you taste your first sinigang?"
Mm-hmm.
And he mentioned it to me, and they liked it.
Yeah. And okay, we need to tell people you are a chef also. We never
Yeah.
we
I'm
never
a
said
cook.
that. No, you're a chef. I'm with two chefs.
I'm a
an
home
amateur
chef.
cook.
I'm a home chef. That's how I describe myself.
I'm a home cook. I learned like you. I learned by myself looking at internet, and I keep saying,
Lalo na ngayon, the internet is a cookbook by itself.
no, I'm saying I blame the I blame the pandemic because we were all locked down. What do you do at home? You cook.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah. Speaking of sinigang, of course, sinigang is very delicious. It's also versatile. But, ito na ako. But
Mhm.
you can bring adobo to the funeral parlor when you're in the wake. You can bring it to Luneta and have
Yeah.
a picnic.
You don't have
know.
to bring the whole caldero.
Yeah. You don't have to heat it.
Mhm.
Just have hot rice. Patong yung adobo mo. Ayos ka na.
Mhm.
Diba? You can bring it to the airport at the back of your
At the
car
airport.
to say goodbye to your boyfriend. Diba?
I dare say at the Aliyah Salon across there in the hill, I'm sure they had some adobo up
Yeah.
there.
And you were talking about inside the
In-
airplane.
Inside the plane, yes. So
So, you cannot divorce, Filipinos cannot divorce themselves from the love of adobo.
yeah, it's adobo and sinigang. No, speaking of
Sinigang
sinigang,
can be the mistress.
yeah, no, because sinigang, I saw a story that our sinigang is one of the top 10 soups in the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're finally
Getting the
having-
recognition.
yes, exactly, the reputation of Filipino food. And I remember what's the chef's name? Andrew Zimmern said, and
Mhm.
even Anthony Bourdain was saying Filipino food is the next big thing.
Mhm.
But I'm glad you brought up the fact that we're
Yeah.
changing it from the home style,
To the
dare
party
say
style.
elevate it a little bit to make it
Yeah.
more commercially appealing, I guess is what you want to call it.
Yeah.
Because you and I, the three of us, we'd sit down with a big pot of rice and adobo straight from the pot, right?
Yeah.
We'll just go ahead and eat it.
And also, the younger chefs nowadays
Mhm.
are really making an honor to the Filipino cuisine
Mhm.
because they.
Do we want to shout out to our Filipino chef friends?
Oh yeah, we'll interview them. It is her time.
Yeah,
Chef Tom, Chef
Chef
Gabe,
Gabe.
Chef Joe,
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Chef Bam.
Chef
Actually,
Pam.
Tom is coming here tonight.
oh, is he? So we should have we should have told him to come earlier. But no, this is about you, Nancy.
Okay.
So, any parting words? What do you want people to think about?
Okay.
Um,
I'm completing a book. This is the second. This is my second adobo book. My first was 20 years ago, and I'm saying now it's everybody's adobo, and I want it like your show unites unites us. This one should it will come from OFWs, from my classmates, from family, from friends, from social media and all. We're trying to I'm trying to complete at least 100. And it's not the end all and be all of adobo. Just because I'm self-proclaimed adobo queen doesn't mean that all my adobos are right. But may I say something to those who want to standardize adobo? I don't mean to create a war on that. But the only way you can standardize adobo to be a global dish, just like tom yum and all, is have a processed seasoning. And there are several seasonings that are available. That's the only way. You follow that, you open the packet, or follow that, follow everything and you will get the same taste of adobo every time. That's the only way you can standardize. But you want to standardize adobo in Bicol, in Laguna, lalo na sa Bulacan, ang tapang, sa Batangas, ang tapang ng mga tao doon. They're not going to surrender their adobo.
No.
They won't.
I know.
Everybody's adobo
It
is the best
depends.
adobo.
Yes.
So product plug. So Mamacita has an adobo seasoning packet.
Adobo seasoning, they have sinigang
I want to
seasoning.
try it. I will try it.
Okay, so I did try it several times just to see if the same taste would come out. Yes,
Okay.
it's true. It only differs slightly in the quality of the pork. Some porks are, I find Filipino pork belly sweeter than here.
Okay.
I don't know if there's a preservative or the way they wash
Maybe it's
it.
just a different variety
It
of pig.
depends on the origin of the pork. We may
Yeah,
have
yeah.
the pork that we buy at the grocery store may come from Mexico, the Netherlands,
Yeah.
from all over the place. So
Well,
it
not to-
depends.
And not to take away from the topic, in Spain, the different kinds of ham. So that's a different topic. Spain has
Yeah.
a whole lot of different kinds of ham.
Kabugo.
And I learned it depends on the variety of.
Yeah, yung
Yes.
black skin. Na
Yes,
ano.
yes. So
Iberico is the best.
anyway,
Ang dami talagang aspects of
we can do
just
another
adobo
show all
alone.
about
Yeah.
different Filipino foods now. But I hate to say this, we're coming close to the end of our show. It's been very educational. I learned a few words.
Yeah.
Galantina.
Yung chicken na may
And
buto pa.
since we're actually doing this show live, so let's call on our
We
selected
call on our
live
audience.
studio audience. Hey, come on! Even my dog can come.
So come around. So we'll
We have
show all your smiling faces.
Carol, we have Tito Gary, Tita Carmela, Tito Florencio Ganhawa.
And Tito Flor, I don't think has missed the show.
No, this is his first live audience participation, but he's always commenting and he's always watching us.
Yeah.
And we have Roland and
And we have to say Roland comes from a cooking family as well. Where is he?
The
Oh, he's
Diaz.
over there.
The Diaz.
the Diaz family.
Diaz Enriquez.
Yes.
And the birthday boy.
Where-
Come on, honey.
Is he coming? There he is. Oh no, he's hiding.
And
There
we
he
have
is, there
we
he
have
is.
Greg
Here, may logo.
and
Ayan.
and his doggy Shira.
Yeah, Shira.
So this is so come see Miss Nancy Reyes, Chef Nancy at Seafood City on Saturday.
September
Yes.
27. Not
And-
this Saturday, but the next
The,
Saturday.
the next Saturday.
We have many giveaways and samplings that you'll enjoy.
Yes, we will see you there.
So
And are you giving out Mamacita products?
Yes, because it's
Yes.
sponsored by Mamacita.
sponsored by Mamacita. So on behalf of everybody in here, thank you again for watching our show. Thank you for supporting the BizTalk, and we will see you again soon. Bobby Reyes.
Test Wazon from Texas. We'll see you again.
Good night.
Good night, y'all.
Bye.